Online, as I said, Google and ChatGPT is not the best. The youth, we lose them because they're spewing in the khutbah like sleeping gas. It's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, no, Jazaak khair. Yeah, we often hear, when I was in Medina, one of my roommates from Yemen, I believe his name was Ahmed, he told me, "Man kitabuhu shaykhuhu khatahu aktharu min sawabihi." You know, the one whose book is their shaykh, they're going to make more mistakes. So I really felt my heart come into Islam when, I don't want to break his back, but when we got a new Imam in the masjid. And it happened a couple of times. We had an Imam for about 6 months, and then the community drove him out. And I learned a lot from him, and he did a lot of great things. Then for 2 years, there's no Imam. Then we got another Imam. And this is, it's nice seeing, especially for the youth, someone who is around their age, someone who's young, and who is not an Imam because, they just had nothing else to do. Like, this was a choice, which is a nice thing. I know in some cultures, like I went to a madrasa before, 80% of the students there are just the troublemakers. Someone's a troublemaker, you just send them off. I know that we should really be sending our best and brightest to be the scholars. So I found a lot of benefit just finding someone a couple years older than me, who I could relate to. But regardless of age, the accessibility of finding an Imam, learning from him, going to weekly halaqat, would you say most people are doing this or have this access? Like, what do you think about this?
It's not exactly optimal, and we would really like to get better on this topic. It is difficult to accommodate everybody's request, I have to admit. And everybody comes to you with an issue or concern or a problem, and they think that they're the only one that has this issue or the concern. And you are the only one that can solve it, and you have a magic wand that we can solve everything.
And 24 hours to do it.
That's it. And by the way, he's the only one in your life that I'm dedicated to solve your concern. And that's, I understand, wallahi, I'm compassionate, and I sympathize with and empathize with them because, been there, done that too. However, the reality is it's not there. So everybody has a life, everybody, and I remember somebody coming knocking at my door at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's a true story. I'm not going to mention why because it's kind of...
Call 911 instead.
Yeah, exactly, because he came in telling me for something about... I'm not going to repeat it here, but you can understand, read between the lines. So it is very difficult to do so. But, I never belittle anyone that comes in to ask because we're always taught, everybody comes to you with a problem, look for a solution for them. Not going to make halal to be haram or haram to be halal just to accommodate their request. No. But also understand why they're asking the question. Not just answer the question. Use the opportunity for da'wah. Use why they're asking. Look at the root cause analysis. And try to make sure that you understand that sometimes you don't even have to have a solution for them. You just have to listen. Wallahi. Sometimes you don't want. Tell them, listen, let's go for coffee. That's how you bring them to the da'wah. How you bring them back to the fold of Islam. Because they're just frustrated. They don't know what to do. Everybody's saying no, and everything is haram. Everybody's going to hellfire.
But they're scared, so they reach out to you online first.
Absolutely. Well, online, as I said, Google and ChatGPT is not the best.
Yeah. Or even
for mufti.
Even just asking the Imams online. Some people are too scared to come to the masajid, so they'll just reach out to the Imams, find their WhatsApp or their Instagram.
Absolutely, and it's nice to have youth for youth. Imams that are born and raised here to understand the mentality, to understand the language, to understand the environment. Allah SWT mentioned that in the Quran. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَسُولٍ إِلَّا بِلِسَانِ قَوْمِهِ لَا مِنْ Here again, لِيُبَيِّنَ لَهُمْ. And we have not sent a messenger unto the people except with their own tongue. Not necessarily mean language. Understand the environment, understand the mentality, understand everything else, the mentality and everything that comes with the environment that you be able to understand. Because, listen, to be honest with you, I've seen people sending their children for God knows where in the world. They're away so far and they come back, things are different. Or they listen to an Imam with all due respect that comes from whatever we call back home. They speak in a different language. They still talk about the politics back home. The youth, we lose them because they're spewing in the khutbah like sleeping gas. It's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. I get not clue. And that's why, listen, I'm gloves off kind of guy. I get like even complaints about me, like I make people laugh. It's an official complaint. Shaykh Alaa makes people laugh. I go, yani, listen, this is who I am. I just speak to people. I don't speak at them, whatever. And people appreciate that. And I'm not after the elder crowd. It's not my target. I'm targeting the youth, because we're losing the youth. So if we keep, pushing them away, not understanding, not being there for them, provide aspirations for them, provide youth for youth, provide an open door policy, even having gyms and the centers, not just come in and do the thingy and not having fun and not be, we're going to lose them. So it is important for us to be accessible, and there are ways to be able to do that.
It's kind of like the Egyptian method, which I really like. I found if you learn deen in a humorous way, and when I was studying hadith, my teacher, he was very funny. And I realized I still remember the lessons till today. And even just, speaking the language. And I appreciate my Shaykh because he said, he's been studying in Medina a long time, and I think it was like 11, 12 years at the point. He said, when I come back, I'm going to focus on my English. And I really appreciated that in his 40s. Because, I've gotten at least 4 or 5 calls where someone would say, honestly, I just want to see if you speak English properly. Yeah.
I get it. It's funny because sometimes we actually get the same concern too. Whether where you're born, how long you've been here, and the people who actually, as you said, those who take their book to be their sheikh. And it's funny but it's true. Like a guy that's making himself a sheikh, making himself a mufti, accusing even Sahih Bukhari, he says, who is this Jum'ah? But it's not Jum'ah, akhi, Jama'ahu.
Yeah.
He can't even read the word that the one that compiled this was Bukhari, rahmatullah alayh. He doesn't even know the name. You understand? And even the people who read the book and says, Al-Mu'min kis utn. It's kayus fatan ya akhi. So many of these things that you understand, that some of the dots will make a huge difference, but they don't understand. So may Allah help us protect us all.
Amen.